Strip your gear, have no fear. Auto expert Barry Wilson is here.
Yep, feels like south of the border. Of course, our scorching temperatures also hard on our cars, and that's why Barry Wilson's here this morning. We talked about the gauges recently, and you're here to show us how we don't have to have that problem.
That's right, and we talked about fans, and we're really just basically trying to cover all of the cooling system so that we don't have overheating problems and breakdown on the freeway, which is probably worse than working in a garage somewhere.
You're right. All right, let's talk about hoses.
Okay, the hoses that connect the cooling system are the hoses that connect from the radiator to the engine, like this hose right here. And people wonder how you check these and how you would go about determining if they need to be replaced. First of all, if you have a new car that you've owned since it was new, the recommendation in your owner's manual is that you change it every 60,000 miles.
Okay.
But say you don't have any record of when that was changed, then you need to feel the hoses gently and make sure that they feel firm. If they feel kind of spongy, then they need to be replaced. And generally, they usually get weak or spongy right at the connection.
Where the clamp is?
Right. And there's two hoses that connect to the radiator, an upper and then a lower, which we can't view here. And there's two heater hoses that, and I brought this truck because they're easier to see, but they connect from the engine up into the heater box. And then there's usually what they call a bypass hose. Now, in many of the newer cars, there are more than one or two heater hoses that are preformed and bent like this hose. So it's smart, if you find one hose that seems to be weak and it looks like none of the hoses have been replaced, then it's probably time to go ahead and replace all of them.
Might as well, yeah.
Right. Hoses usually deteriorate from the inside because that's where they're exposed to the water. So a lot of times you can't see what's wrong with them.
You won't see the crack on the
right.
outside.
And they'll make a pinhole, and the next thing you know, your temperature gauge is going to go to H, and you're going to be
stuck. And then you're stranded in 100-degree weather.
Right.
All right. Now, also your cooling system. A lot of folks want to know when you should flush your system.
Well, you need to exchange the coolant once a year. Flushing's kind of something you don't want to do from the ecological standpoint anymore because you have to save the antifreeze. It's a controlled substance anymore. But the best thing to do is just empty it and refill it. And you want to do that annually because antifreeze still offers you protection against the heat and the cold, but the additives that protect it from rusting wear out. So you want to replace those annually.
Need more chemicals in there.
There you go.
Thanks, Barry.